There is an intra-party feud brewing with Governor Ron DeSantis viewed as a rising star in the Republican Party and former President Trump not wanting to let go of his grip on the GOP.
NBC 6's Phil Prazan takes a closer look at the next political fight ahead.
Well, there is a lot of talk today about how Governor Ron DeSantis may be the future of the Republican Party and former President Donald Trump may be the past.
So today, after 4 years, the people have delivered their verdict. Freedom is here to stay.
From popular conservative podcast host Ben Shapiro to Rupert Murdoch's New York Post, more see DeSantis as the future. Mainstream Republican governors had good nights. Election deniers, supported by former President Trump, had bad ones.
Although it's very intriguing because President Trump is a resident of Florida and also the reason why Governor DeSantis even won the Republican nomination 4 years ago and had the opportunity to become governor. This isn't something that's going to be decided in 2022.
The former president, however, is unlikely to give up his grasp on the Republican Party without a fight. Aides say he frequently uses in private the nickname he tested in public before the election.
Let's see, there it is, Trump at 71, Ron DeSanctimonious at 10%.
Trump also spoke to Fox News, saying if DeSantis runs, he could hurt himself very badly with the base, going on to say Trump knows more about him than anybody other than his wife.
One thing is clear. It's highly unlikely that Republicans in either the DeSantis camp or the Trump camp can deny or downplay that there is a very real feud going on between the two camps.
The former president sending an email blast Wednesday morning stating he still plans to make a major historic announcement early next week. DeSantis has so far not returned the slights or commented on the former president. After his 19-point win, the speculation on whether he will take on Trump has just begun. Well, people I talk to tell me that it is unlikely that Governor Ron DeSantis would indicate a 2024 run before completing his first legislative session as a re-elected governor. That regular session begins this next spring. Phil Prazan, NBC 6 News.